Hey guys, I have the privilege of sitting down and talking with Jeff Swanson on Skype. He is the developer of a book called The Plan, which is 20 years of research available for just $9.99 on Amazon. I'd encourage you to check out The Plan, available on Amazon. It puts the Bible literally in chronological order. And it's interesting because when Jeff was on our show, the Creation Today show, he mentioned that he had been an old earth creationist and through his studies became a young earth creationist as he developed the plan. So Jeff, thanks so much for sitting down and talking with me. Can you tell us about that journey from old earth creation to young earth creation and kind of how that took place?
Yes, well, Eric, it's an honor and a privilege to be on with you. And it is just exciting to see how things have changed, not only in my life, but really my perception of everything. My complete worldview has completely been changed by this. I was raised from the time I was in second grade. That's all I ever heard was old earth. That's all I heard in school. That's all I'd ever heard on the TV, the radio. We go to museums, national parks, and even in church. Unfortunately, that's all I'd ever heard. So after years and years and years of being taught nothing else, I finally had heard someone that had mentioned that he'd seen evidence contrary to that. Kind of rocked my world, and I realized that, hey, I want to look into this evidence. Started seeing the scientific evidence that, hey, there really is some very plausible scientific evidence for a young Earth. And as I put those pieces together, suddenly the evidences for a young Earth started outweighing an old Earth. So finally in 2004, I came to the conclusion, I've been lied to. I'm going to find out exactly for myself how old the Earth is. And that's when I started working on the specific date calculations that are inside the plan. And that's what we see today. It actually took 7 years to do those calculations before I arrived with my specific date for creation.
That's amazing. And you on the Creation Today show mentioned that as you went through this, you did 60-some calculations from a lot of different places. Can you kind of tell us how you did that real quick?
That's right. It's actually 66 calculations, and it starts with one assumption date. You start with an assumption date of the fall of Jerusalem at 586 BC, and then what you do is you work your way back through all of the kings and the lengths of their reigns, and then from there you actually have a couple of hoops that you can go through that are longer periods of time that take you all the way back to Moses, and then back to Abraham, and then you go through the patriarchs, and you get back to Adam. So with that, you got 66 different calculations that you make, and you have an exact specific date on when creation was.
So you looked at the facts and said the facts don't support old earth, what you'd always been taught, and it forced you to say, wow, it's got to be young earth. And you say that's what fits with the Bible.
Absolutely, yes. So the more of the science I delved into it, the more I just realized there is far more evidences for a young Earth. When you look at, a couple of case in points, when you look at the polonium-218 or 214 isotopes, and you see those halos inside of granite, absolute, complete snapshot of creation. No one can deny a creation that was instantaneous when you see that evidence. It doesn't say when it happened, but it is instantaneous. And of course, I was a mountain climber from Colorado, and we know, one thing we know as mountain climbers is how much Mount Everest is still growing today. It's growing at 2.4 inches per year at its current rate. So if it's 2.4 inches per year, and that's actually 50 million years old, somebody forgot to do the math. That means that mountain would be 19,000 miles high. It's not.
Wow.
It's actually only, less than 6 miles high. So, and that's at its current rate. So that supports a young Earth, and yet things like that just get thrown out on TV, and it's just accepted because somebody with a PhD said it. Doesn't mean it's actually accurate because they didn't actually do the math behind it.
Wow. Well, Jeff, thanks so much, man. I hope you guys will check out his book, The Plan, which is available on Amazon, and he's got tons more stuff. So we'll do more videos with Jeff as he brings more knowledge of Scripture to light for you guys. Jeff, thanks so much.
Thank you, Eric.